mission like he did last.
Power design it stopped working ages ago. I don't even know why. The server for it's still going. So we only got Craig.
Did they not have an error message for it?
Nope. That's the best part about it. There was no error message. There was nothing. It just went offline and never came back online ever again. All right, guys, what's up? It is the 3rd of April for us. For you, I don't know. I'm not psychic. Whenever this drops, check your bottom of your computer. How is everyone doing?
Well,
been
you
all
should
right.
probably
Yeah.
introduce our guest.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
No, we'll do the how's everyone doing, then we'll say this is the guest because there'll be a new voice that nobody recognizes.
Exactly. Oh, God damn it, Spidey. You're always ruining it. So let's try this again. How is everyone doing?
Great.
Been all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't recognize that random voice that's with us, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. I am Titania Eleeka on Discord and a few other places. For those of you, my name is actually Eleeka. I am the Rooster Teeth community manager. I self-proclaimed the world's biggest fairy tale fan. So yeah, that's me.
So for those of you who are also Titania fans, I'm sure you recognize the name Titania, where it comes from. I assume Urza is your favorite character?
Absolutely.
Okay, and what makes her your favorite character? What's the gist?
Oh, there's kind of a story for this one, but yeah. It's just because I can relate to her, her backstory, her, just her struggles, and it's kind of quirky and weird. I'm kind of quirky and weird. She's fragile but strong. I'm fragile but strong. So, I found fairy tale when I was kind of in a bad spot in my life. And it just completely changed my outlook, and it's such a positive anime to me. It hits you in the feels. It just hits all the emotions, and I just found Urza to be incredible.
I can definitely agree there with the. I also found Fairy Tail when I was going through a little bit of a rough patch, and it did pull me through. So I can definitely relate to that, and I can, based on everything you just said, I'm gonna make a guess here. Tower of Heaven is probably your favorite arc because it centers around a lot of Urza and her backstory.
It's not, but it's up there. It's in my top. But no, my favorite arc is probably everyone's favorite arc, which is the Grand Magic Games. It's just so much hype. It's kind of hard to beat that. But I mean, Urza shines there too. I mean, when does she not shine? So
that's true. Urza verse 100, solid fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, too bad the manga skipped it over.
This is why manga's bad. I say as I continue to only read manga these days.
Oh, you know how to read?
I learned I want to say about 6-7 months ago. I decided I was like, you know what, I want to read this because I had a really nice hot character, and the dude was cool. And then ever since then, I've just been reading different stories. Now I'm reading currently 38 ongoing series.
Good shit.
Yeah, so I've started reading. I'm no longer illiterate.
Good job.
I know. Everyone should be proud of me. Thank you.
You've grown so much.
Okay. And then what are your other favorite shows?
That's tough. Like anime, live action. Like what are we going?
We could throw both in there.
Yeah, I would say just mix it up.
Yeah.
So Fairy Tail's my top, obviously anime, but EdensZero is pretty good. I've seen the anime, all of it. It's really exciting. Let's see. My Hero Academia, obviously, Attack on Titan. Those are obvious choices though. Some of the less obvious anime, Death Parade is just amazing. If nobody,
that's a good one. I've seen it. Well, I for those who don't know, I interviewed Eleeka for the Twitter Talk project way back when. She was my third overall guest. So we talked about Death Parade because that's only a 12 episode anime, but it is very well made, and I personally enjoyed it. I'm like, oh wow, she actually knows this anime.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it's become more popular since then, but it's definitely a very philosophical and deep anime, but also just amazing. The music's really good too.
That too.
That's
yeah.
one
Great
thing.
opening theme song.
Exactly. That's one thing that draws me to anime is like good music. Like if an anime has good music, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like this. And then let's see, Fruits Basket, because I love anything that's gonna make you cry your eyes out. Dead Man Wonderland, that's another good one. Future Diary. Uh, yeah, just I'm big into anime. Like I watch anime all the time. Something I'm really enjoying recently has been the time I got reincarnated as slime. That's absolutely hilarious, and it's just so fun.
It's
Live
incredible.
action, I think I've been watching a lot of Vikings lately. I've been talking to my friends about it because I've been getting more into the whole Norse mythology um, through video games more. But yeah, I just enjoying that show a lot.
Are you excited for the next God of War game?
Oh, I'm super hyped. I've been
Nice.
like nonstop playing video games. I play a lot of video games. Right now I'm on the Tiny Tina Wonderlands train. Like Borderlands times D&D, like it doesn't get better than that. So I've been playing that nonstop, but I'm so ready for Ragnarok. Yeah. Yeah, I play games and watch anime more than I watch anything live action these days, to be honest.
That's fair.
As you should.
Yeah.
Live
Just
action
so
for
many good
me,
games.
a lot of the time I find myself, I'm watching live action, I'm usually doing something else at the same time. I struggle to do that with anime because for me, when I'm watching anime, I kind of want to see the art style and the animation as it goes. Whereas with live action, I don't really care about seeing someone's ugly mug as they're
For
talking
me,
and
that's
doing the
interesting because
character.
I'm exactly the opposite. I can do other stuff while watching anime and just like have it in my ear, but like if it's live actions, like I need to see what's going on. Like recently, I've been watching Homeland. I just finished second season. Phenomenal show. If anyone hasn't seen it, but it's like I can't not be visually, uh, you know, focused on the show.
Yeah, I'm
See,
more
for,
with Dav on this. I think anime is more immersive to me than live action these days.
That's fair.
see, with live action, nothing's like nothing's new is probably the way I want to phrase it. Because if they're whatever scene is happening, it's going to be in a real
I-
place that
It
I've
depends.
probably
It depends on
experienced.
the show, though. It really depends on the show.
Oh, for sure. Like obviously, older series or series that are based in an older time period will be a bit different. It's just
Yeah.
like it's a lot
Or
easier to
even like the future
visualize.
type of period, like
Oh yeah, even
try
future.
try,
Yeah,
try that Game of Thrones or something like that's not going to work if you're not watching it like visually.
but for me, anime, you kind of
Although I think everybody can agree that if you had just skipped the last season of that, it would have
Oh,
been
yeah, but,
totally fine. You
but-
could have not watched that last season. You would have been good.
Oh yeah, but like that's just ignoring the show as a whole, which is something you should do. But yeah,
which is what I did.
well, you made a
made
good
the right
choice.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So The Witcher 3 is actually like my all-time favorite game. So I've been loving the Witcher series because they've stayed like relatively true to the books, which is I think is the biggest issue with like adaptations is that they don't stay either true to the manga or the book or whatever they're adapting. But I think they've done a pretty good job and they've changed it in ways that makes it more palatable to television versus like you're reading a novel, so you have all that time to kind of like get into the monologue and whatnot. But yeah, it's a really good fantasy show. So like if you're into fantasy, and I would recommend it.
I've heard a lot of people complain about the season 2 of Witcher. However, I will clarify that the people I've heard claim are very, I'm gonna say diehard fans, but I'm gonna call them like diehard fans, like the lot who get upset because one line was changed, kind of thing. But I've seen a lot of complaints about season 2, and I haven't read the books. I've seen season 1 and I've played all the games, so I don't really know if it is like is worth the criticism it's had. I don't know if
I
you've
don't
seen
think
season 2.
so. Yeah,
No?
I have seen season 2, and I am a diehard fan, but I'm also somebody who's reasonable. Like I know that you can't make something exactly like a book because it's just not going to draw in the audience the same way. So, if you're somebody who's never read a Witcher book, you still need to make a show that is going to appeal to that audience. So there's no way you can create an adaptation that's going to be completely true to something without like it, alienating a audience that you could be drawing into a story. It just makes sense. Like, when you're reading something, you don't care that there's nonstop action to keep your attention. But when you're watching something, that's a little harder. Like, you don't want to spend hours and hours going into exposition about individuals, so on and so forth. It's a little harder to get that level of detail in a television series. So I think I'm a little more reasonable in that aspect, that it's just not going to be the same.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, in a book, the idea behind the book is while you're reading, you're using your own imagination. Obviously, everything is described to you. But the idea behind the book is you immerse yourself in a world and you use your own imagination. You follow the storyline. When it's changed into a series, like you said, they've got to kind of alter it to kind of appeal to people who either have never heard of the series at all or haven't read it, or maybe they have it or just don't know much about it further than a few chapters or so on. So they kind of got to give that info in a lot more interesting way rather than just, here's a block of text, here's
And
some
obviously they have
information.
to deal with like production issues, constrained budgets, and a lot of other things, actor schedules, preferences, and whatnot.
And then obviously the actual episode length, they can't, you spend too long on exposition, people just going to turn it off, especially if it's early on, because a lot of shows do all of that early on.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. There's not unlimited resources, right? But
No.
I want to know your opinions on what did you guys think about the EdensZero adaptation? Did you think it stayed true to the manga? Like, what were your feels on the anime?
It did it very well.
The episodes that I saw, I hadn't finished it, but the episodes I saw seemed to be like a pretty faithful adaptation, so I didn't really have any issue with that.
Yeah, so the adaptation was very, very faithful. They did change a couple things around from the manga, but it wasn't anything crucial. What it was the cameo appearances from the fairy tale lot. If I remember correctly, Levy's cameo appearance, the first one, I think that was brought forward a little bit, but it stayed pretty true, and it was about 1.5 chapters an episode, if I remember correctly, something along those lines. And each week when we were streaming it in server, we had people going through the manga and actually finding the panels from the anime in the manga and comparing exactly when it was coming. And very, very minimal, maybe even just a handful of scenes did we see that were slightly altered, changed.
I actually saw people on like Twitter like legit complaining that they mirrored the scene, like someone's on the left in the manga, but they're on the right in the anime. It's like, that's so pedantic. Come on, guys.
There were a couple of those, and that made me laugh because I'm like, why are you worried about that?
Yeah.
Why, that doesn't really matter. The only thing that a lot of people complain about, which I don't really think it's a valid complaint, and that's coming from me, is the censorship that was in it. Whether it be the blood censorship or the nudity censorship, a lot of people complained about it, and I'm kind of sat there like, if you want it, just go to the manga, because the show aired at a time where they had to censor it anyway. So it's not necessarily a case that they censored it because they wanted to. But it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. Eleeka, you haven't seen the season 2 trailer, have you?
For EdensZero?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
Don't watch it.
Oh.
Good. Don't watch it.
Why?
Yeah, don't.
Very
It's-
spoilers.
It spoils everything that's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
They said fuck the anime onlys and just put everything in there. So don't watch it. If you haven't seen it, good. I'm proud of
Okay.
you.
So basically, it means you have to read the manga now if you want to actually watch the second season of the anime. That's fundamentally what you're saying, right?
No. It's
Yeah,
going to
you
adapt it
watch
fine. But what the trailer did is it pulled a Dragon Ball Z where it literally says Goku survives. Literally, the trailer put everything in there that shouldn't have been shown.
every key development that's gonna
Mhm.
happen in season 2 was shown in the trailer.
They just spoil the shit out of it, basically. Then.
Yeah, and it wasn't even one of those. It's only a spoiler if you know the context. It's just straight up spoilers.
Yeah, it's,
Mhm.
you could just watch the trailer and be like, oh, so this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen.
So if you haven't seen that, it's good. Stay away from it.
Gotcha.
That's good advice.
In the server, even when we saw it, we were like, "Oh shit, we have to." We pinged everyone like, "Okay, yo, look, don't watch this unless you're ready for the spoilers because it is heavy."
It was
And a lot of people were happy they didn't watch it. Some that did choose to watch it were pretty upset that they decided to watch it. So
Even though they were told not to watch it.
yeah, but
People,
so it's a
You
good
think
thing you
they're gonna
haven't.
drop it the same way, like 12 episode blocks, kind of like they did with first
It
season?
it depends
think-
actually.
I think Netflix is gonna do that though.
Not necessarily, because they've been moving away from doing that. Everything post EdensZero that they've been dropping have actually been dropping weekly, even in the West. So Kobe Can't Communicate, that was dropping weekly. And it helped the popularity and the views of the show quite a lot. So I have a feeling that it is something that they're going to try and do more. For some reason, with JoJo's, they did it in parts, but that came out a little while ago. So I don't
JoJo already
think,
has such a big following. I don't
yeah,
think
it doesn't even matter at that
yeah,
point.
exactly. They're like, oh, we don't
Um,
care. It's JoJo. Everyone's gonna watch it anyway.
Exactly, and that's basically what happened. The fans are a bit upset about it because for obvious reasons, but it's not going to affect the popularity or the hype of the show itself. But I have a feeling it might not go with their batch drop of that, because even for Pokemon Journeys, there was this was more of it was actually a leak, but it's from someone that's very credible, that they are going to be looking to do the final, or the everything post episode like 100 when the dub gets to it, they're going to start bringing it weekly. Whether or not it actually happens, well, we don't know, but it would be cool. So we can only hope that they don't drop it in batches, but yeah, if they do, they do.
Makes it more bingeable.
It does. In fact, that's a big thing a lot of people liked, is that it was bingeable. Obviously, we had a lot of people, because we were streaming it weekly in the server, and a lot of people, I mean, those watchers, some of them had up to 30, 40 people watching sometimes, especially the early episodes.
Awesome.
So I don't think it obviously did affect the hype a little bit for those people who couldn't wait, or didn't want to watch it. Wanted to watch it weekly, because seasonals, that's the nice thing about it. Episode drops, you can all talk about the episode, then move on and so on. When it drops in batches, it's a little bit more difficult, but I don't think it will kill the hype. I don't think they'll do that for season 2.
Yeah.
We don't even
Yeah,
have the
when
date
I-
for it yet.
When I host a watch party, and I host a lot of anime watch parties in the Rooster Teeth Discord, it's always like 5 episode blocks, because we tend to do like 2-hour events. So 5 episodes hits about like the 2-hour mark. So yeah, it's easier to binge an anime when there's at least like 5 episodes for people to watch.
For your watch parties, how often do you guys do them?
Oh, I hold a weekly fairy tale one every Saturday just for fun. It's not really an official event. It's just like me obsessed with fairy tale, and we started from episode 0, like 1, and now we're starting episode 143 next Saturday, cuz this last Saturday we're on basically the key of the starry heavens right now. And I'm just so hyped. I'm so ready for them to get to Grand Magic Games. So these are all people who've never seen Fairy Tail. So that's why I'm so like excited to have brought them in. I got one girl who recently, I just got her into it, and she binged up to our 143 in like a week and a half. I don't think she like slept or ate or breathed. I think she just watched Fairy Tail, but she caught up to us, and
That's
that's
impressive.
Well done.
That's very
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah,
It
I know
was.
you invited me to those watch parties. Sorry, I haven't made them. Saturdays just
okay.
tend to be busy, but like I do like the idea of hosting these on different servers, try to get more people into it. I think it seems to be really effective.
Yeah, and I've done 2 EdensZero ones too as well.
Mhm.
So we're trying to find a time for the third one. Those were actually official watch parties, so they were held on our like official event day, and yeah, so people loved it though. It's always great to get people into an anime or get them hyped about something. We recently did an official event with I don't know if you guys are familiar with Death Battle.
I do, yes.
Yeah, the show. We did like a anime tier list, shonen characters with the Death Battle cast, and that was super fun. obviously you can imagine everybody was
That
getting
would
it.
have been a
Yeah, no,
It was-
that's
argumentative
Claymore
one.
right there.
Yeah, we had like 60 people plus just arguing about their favorite anime and why they should all be like in. We had
S tier.
no,
Yeah.
we had above S tier. We had God tier, and then we had perfection. So you can imagine it was crazy. We only had like a few characters in perfection. Most of them were in S tier, to be honest.
Were they ranked by like strength or just how well written they are?
No, it was really just whatever argument you could make. Like you could say that character should be in perfection just because they have like the bombest hair.
Fuck.
Whatever argument you could make and get people behind it, that character was ranked that.
So it's a little bit like a popularity kind of thing, but you had to provide a worthwhile argument for people to back.
Well, it doesn't sound
Like
like it had
Eerie-
to be worthwhile because hair is pretty inconsequential.
Hey, that can be
Unless
worthwhile.
you're-
Hey,
it
that
depends,
can be
depends on
worthwhile.
who it is. Unless your name is Yuki.
So what
Like,
you're saying
from,
is
My Hero Academia was in perfection because everyone's like, oh, she's too cute, that too precious, that's gotta be perfection.
But that's ironic too, because like that would actually work better for other characters in other series, but it counts against them in this series. I don't like that.
so what you're saying is Happy from Fairy Tail is perfection.
I would never say
Oh.
that. Fuck Happy. Fuck you, for
You
bringing that up.
got your guess where yeah, that's a good one. Do you want to guess where Happy ended up?
Above perfection, he definitely had that slot right above. The slot
yeah.
above perfection was King's favorite.
Like knowing like how idiotic some people can be, I wouldn't even be surprised if they made a special tier above perfection and only put Happy in there. Is that
Happy
what the fuck
was
happened?
in the garbage.
Yes.
Oh. You just
Because all
made
of-
this man's year. This man is
Listen,
not going to stop talking about it.
I have one friend who loves Happy and he tried. Trust me, he tried. But me,
It was a
someone
fruitless
else,
effort.
and a few others were like, now put him in the trash where he belongs.
Yes, yes, yes. I didn't even know that when I invited her onto the podcast.
So
Oh,
he
this
was
is
in the
probably
garbage.
like the most excited I've ever seen King.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, he was really excited when you said your uncle was visiting.
What?
No, yeah, remember King? You got excited?
About what?
You don't remember. It's fine. I'll show you the podcast later.
It was a few podcasts ago. But
Yeah.
I'm not surprised Happy ended up there. I like Happy, but he's
sucks.
whatever. He is whatever. He's kind of just that character. It's just then he can be a bit annoying. What about Carla though? Was Carla ever brought into it or not?
Oh no, we didn't have Carla. Actually, I mean, with my bias and my friend who created the tier list, we had probably more fairy tale characters than any other anime, which was it definitely showed our bias. But yeah, we didn't include Carla. We had like Gajiel, Loxus, Gildarts,
Those characters are honestly more important anyway.
Who
and
placed
of
the highest?
course, my queen ended up in perfection because I fought hard for that. I fought
Actually, I can
so
see the
hard.
fans working
Through
for that, so I can
tears.
get
I'm
that.
not even lying. Through tears, I cried. I was like, "You better put her in perfection, or I'm just gonna like start crying on
Yeah, just if you're-
live."
Yeah, just put her there, or you're all out of the server.
Exactly. You're all banned. You're all out.
I'm holding a button right now. Put it
I
there.
mean, I am the admin, so I
Yeah,
could
exactly.
do that.
That's admin power abuse,
But
which
no,
you're definitely.
I would never
entitled
do
to.
that.
It's not
Ah,
abuse.
I would never do that. If my boss is listening to this, I would never do that.
Wake up tomorrow. Tanya fired from Rooster
Yes,
Teeth
y-
for abusing admin powers in Discord.
Yes, make sure that
No.
the Rooster Teeth admin is not one of our 25 viewers.
It's okay. We're both admins, so it's fine.
Yes.
But yeah, yeah, she got there. It was only we got Jalal and he was an S tier. We had who else?
Disgusting.
We got Lucy in S tier. Lucy was like Lucy and Jalal were the only other fairy tale characters that made it to like S tier.
I can see
put-
that.
Yeah, Natsu and Gray were an A tier.
That's acceptable.
So
Yeah.
Let's say I feel like
I've-
Gray should be lower for sure, but like given that he is popular, I'm not surprised that he ended up.
I
there.
don't know. Gray has a lot of character development.
I don't like the dude. But actually, question. So like, did it go from like aside from S? Like, was it like A, B, C, D, and then trash, or what? What was the?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the yeah, we called it either garbage class or yeah, because we have a joke in Rooster Teeth. There's like a Garbo, So I don't know if we called it Garbo, but it could have just been like dumpster fire or trash or something.
You should have just made it like dumpster fire and just like put Happy as the icon.
Yeah, Happy was in there. I'm trying to think who else was. Oh, like characters that are really cringe, like Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter was there. Trying to think.
I haven't seen that, but he's the clown dude, right?
Yeah,
That's the
the
Peter.
You haven't seen Hunter x Hunter? Oh my god.
For one thing, I know you don't pronounce the X, but yes, I have not seen
Well,
it.
yeah, Hunter x Hunter. I actually just brought it up. Okay, so people hate Sasuke for some reason, so Sasuke ended up in the garbage.
Oh man.
Actually, I can see why that happens though. Like for a lot of people, I think a lot of people still base their opinion on Sasuke somewhat understandably about where he was while, like I would say like the 2010-11 era Sasuke. But like I do think he has developed and improved since then. But it's very understandable that people still don't like him. To me,
Yeah, they were like, he's too much of an edgelord, but like not in a good way. So they just put him in there, and then let's see.
I contrast him with like Lelouch v Britannia from Code Geass. I think the two characters are like actually quite similar, but I think Lelouch is just infinitely better written, and that's why people like Lelouch but don't like Sasuke.
Lelouch is a genius, bro.
Yeah.
This is my boy.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Good
Aside
character.
from the intelligence factor, yes. Like in terms of like motivation and what they do and how far their ideas are, I think that it's an apt comparison.
Yeah, I wanted to put Goku in the garbage, but we compromised and he got into D class, so oh well. He's
As
a
a-
garbage dad, you guys.
Whoa,
Come
whoa, whoa,
on.
whoa. Okay, hold on. I can
He's a
argue this for
bad
hours.
dad.
I can
Hold on.
argue this for
Hold
hours.
on.
No,
No,
Hold
he's
on.
not a bad dad.
he's a
Hold on.
horrible
No, no,
father.
he's
he
not.
chose to stay dead. Oh, he's also
He-
a trash husband. He
No,
chose
he had to stay dead.
No, that's bullshit.
No, he didn't
to stay
choose.
Okay,
Hold on.
I'm
He had
passionate
to.
about
He
this.
knew. He knew for a fact that if he came back, right, the only reason they kept getting people coming down to it is because they wanted to fight him.
That was
Him
his
not being there.
excuse.
No, but for 7 years there was peace. For 7 years there was peace.
Was there though? He
No,
just
there
was like,
literally was.
man, free ride away from my kids and my wife. Hell yeah, I'm
No, but-
staying
no, but-
dead. I'm fighting
but
all
for-
these
To
cool
be
people
fair,
that
I'd
are
want to
dead.
run away if that girl was my wife too.
Hey, Chi-Chi's great. Okay.
No, she's not. She
No,
sucks.
but for 7 years,
She's
for
the one who's the
for
bad
7
parent.
years.
I'm just confused that she has Urza, who's literal plot armor, as perfection, but wants Goku
Hey,
as
hey.
garbage tier.
I'm not even admin here, but I will.
This is
I will ban
absolutely
you.
This is absolutely.
I will contact Discord to kick you out.
That's just baffling to me. Like, damn.
No,
All
Hill's
right.
not plot armor.
She's plot armor.
She's real
plot
armor.
But technically, real
Look,
armor.
Her
would be
flaming
plot
pants
armor.
are her flaming pants are pretty plot armory.
Yeah.
Those come
Let
out
me
and
go-
it's like you
let
know
me-
they're winning.
Let me get my strongest armor. No, not the one that's the fucking most expensive. It's just me and some pants.
Not the one that's metal or or any kind of good material.
Hey,
Pants.
listen, you don't need
Bandages.
armor to be kick-ass.
No, you don't. You don't. But
She's
it's
just a badass woman.
she is.
She's living her best life.
Is she
Yeah.
though?
Not yet.
We
She will
also
eventually.
put Riza Hawkeye in perfection as well.
That's
I
acceptable.
can agree with that. I can agree with that.
I don't know who
Yeah.
that is.
You never
From
seen
Full
Full
Metal
Metal
Alchemist.
Alchemist?
No, I keep telling Monty I'll watch it, and then I just didn't.
Just watch Brotherhood. You don't need to watch the original.
I think you
Alright,
should
well,
watch
we
the original
binged-
and then watch Brotherhood.
Nah.
Yeah.
We binged AOT. We'll binge Full Metal Fuel next.
Nice.
I
Okay.
might actually join that. It's been a couple years since I rewatched that anime, but it is like phenomenal.
It's really good. The music's great. The characters are
Like,
great.
what's not great about it?
Yeah.
The
that's
first
true.
like 12 episodes.
Well, that's why I think you should watch the original to fully get the experience of those first 12 episodes as they should
It's
have
just
originally
awkwardly
been displayed.
paced.
Well, I know, but like they did that for obvious reasons because they
Oh,
already
yeah.
had the original anime. That's why I think watch the original anime, then watch Brotherhood, and then pretend the second half of the original anime doesn't exist.
See, that sounds like a lot of effort, bro.
It's anime, dude. We
Brotherhood,
do
the
that all
one
the time.
that's actually based on the manga.
Sorry, what?
Isn't Brotherhood the one that's based on the manga?
Yeah, but like the original one was based on the manga up until a certain point, and then they deviated, and then Brotherhood
Was it
came
like-
out and it was like the same. It was like fully the same as the manga, but they truncated the first like 12 episodes because they were basically the same plot as the first 30 episodes of the original.
I think the original started diverting around like 45 or 50.
No, I
or
think it
something.
was earlier than that. It was around the time Edward defeated Greed, because then Dante became like a factor in that anime.
Oh,
whereas it was
yes,
father,
you're right.
In the Brotherhood anime.
Yeah.
It
We
is
can ping you
really
when we do
good.
it.
It is really good though. There's a lot of like great elements to it. Philosophy, political theory and whatnot.
The whole
And the
military
characters
aspect
are
is great
awesome.
too.
Like I love Winry.
Everybody's like awesome in that anime. Mustang, Armstrong.
Even
Oh,
the characters
yeah.
that you want to hate, they're still great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I mean everybody loves like greed, lust, envy. I think out of the
Sins.
sins, gluttony was probably my least favorite. Like I
Gluttony
couldn't,
cracked me the fuck up. That dude
I
was so
couldn't
funny.
stand gluttony. It was just, eh.
Gluttony cracked me up. Gluttony was so funny. The poor guy just wanted to eat, bro.
Yeah.
Just wanted to eat.
But there comes a limit with that.
I think there was
Hey,
like an
there's no
element.
limit to good food.
True, but I think there was a
Mhm.
limit to like he was getting very repetitive. But I think Brotherhood did a really good
Yeah.
job in like how they eventually had him. A spoiler: he eventually got killed. All of them got killed in like really ironic ways, but that's one of the genius
Wow,
aspects. Of,
somebody literally like
But-
your friend here literally said she hasn't seen it, and you're like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
it's cool. I'm just gonna spoil it for you.
Yeah.
Every
Well, for one thing, like I know Marissa said she hasn't watched it, and Dav offered to do a stream, but I'll be honest, I don't even think Marissa's gonna watch it. So
Oh no, she will.
really,
She will.
all right, Marissa.
Yeah, she
if-
Oh
said-
yeah. If
I did-
he's
I said
gonna
to her- I
stream
said to her
it,
one
then I
day,
will.
if you actually finish both anime, I will tweet something
We're
for
not watching
you.
both.
But fine, if you finish Brotherhood, I'll tweet a shout out for you from the Fairy Tale Wiki Twitter.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we'll definitely watch it. Because I said to Marissa, I was like, oh, so when are you watching AOT? And she goes, I don't know, man. I was like, cool, let's stream it. Let's go. And then boom, binge the whole thing.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
actually behind on Attack on Titan because
Same.
it's kind of an emotionally draining anime. Like it's an amazing anime, don't get me wrong, but if you're kind of in a headspace, I don't think it's the best anime to watch. So I've been kind of staying more on like feel good stuff a little bit. What was the recent like feel good thing I watched? Horimiya. Oh my god. That's such a cute and sweet anime. If you haven't seen it, I fully recommend it. Like I'm not normally into the romance genre, like whether it's live action or anime. Normally I just stay away from it. Due to my own horrible history with romance, but
That's like most of
I-
us.
yeah, I recommend it though. It's
I like exclusively read romance. I don't know about you, man. On about.
but
if
yeah,
you want
watch
good
it.
romances, let me know, and I'll hit you up with a list.
Have you seen it? Have you watched the anime?
I did. I watched the anime. I wasn't a fan of the anime, but that's because I read the manga, and they
Okay.
adapted all 223 in those episodes, and I was like, but I don't think the anime was bad per se.
Mhm.
If you haven't read the manga, I think it did a very, very good job.
Yeah,
so
I haven't read them.
just don't.
Dab,
touch
I
the
just saw
manga
your
and you'll be happy.
I just saw your trash gif. We need to like find a way to edit Happy's face onto that piece.
My editing
No.
skills aren't that good. My editing skills are like
Hey.
PNGs, and that's it.
That's okay.
So
I'll
I will
look into
say,
that.
Happy in EdensZero is better than Happy in Fairy Tale.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
it's a gun.
that's a low bar.
Plus,
I
Happy
don't-
dies, so that makes King even happier.
It makes me very happy. I love episode 2 or chapter 2. Well, same thing.
Oh no!
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's like that
no.
street scene of him like half his body like split in half with
Oh,
the blood all over
no.
the street. That was great.
Oh no! That's horrible.
Yeah, it's perfectly acceptable, animal cruelty within a manga.
Oh god.
Bruh.
Hey, that's like the first tearjerker episode in EdensZero for most people.
And for
Oh no, like I
things
just
going
started
on
drinking
Eden
when I
Zero,
saw that. I was like, yeah, party time.
this dude was like, "Hey, yo, I want to watch the episode again and again and again."
One of my, I hadn't even, it was originally with the manga back in like 2018 when it came out. Actually, funny story. One of my friends from like Fairy Tale Wiki messaged me randomly, being like, "Hey, are you reading EdensZero?" I'm like, "No," and I'm like, "It just looks dumb." And then Happy's back, and he's like, "Oh no, just read the first two chapters. You'll be all right." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "No, just trust me." And when I read it, I knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about, and I cracked up laughing. Like, you thought I cracked up 20 minutes ago laughing here? Like, you didn't see shit.
I could just imagine you laughing, falling off the back of your chair.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chair breaking.
dude,
You're like, you know what? I
dude,
don't even care about the chair.
I sank into the fucking couch.
That couch is gone. That couch doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no, just like all my body contortions and movements just like obliterated it.
Nice.
And Eleeka, for the rest of the cast of EdensZero now, a big problem EdensZero has, and something that we see so often in the main Discord, is the constant comparison between the two shows. Now, obviously, there are some characters who are pretty much copy paste, especially later on. You'll see in the series there are a few things that happen with those characters that will remind you of Fairy Tail in a very, I say remind you, you're literally looking at it and be like, bruh, copy paste. But the characters who look somewhat similar, obviously, it's just art style. The biggest criticism is that it is a copy paste of Fairy Tail. Now, what do you think?
I don't think so. Like, honestly, so first thing is I think Fairy Tail gets too much shit in the world. Like, I think a lot of people trash it or say it's horrible, this, that, and they'll say like, I don't think people should compare the two. I think they're their own thing, to be fair. And I really like EdensZero. I really like the characters and the cast, and I don't think it is the same as Fairy Tail. Like, even if the characters might look the same or have similar personalities or whatnot, I think that just kind of adds to it, in my opinion, instead of detracts, because it's that feeling of nostalgia, right? Like, oh, you love something else, and then they'll bring a piece of that, what you love, into something different, and you're like, wow, oh man, the nostalgia, the relation. I think it actually kind of fires up those neurons in your brain that associate something with something that you love and care about.
I agree. Believe it or not, a lot of the comments is what you just said about the nostalgia, or the characters that you know and love, or the story writing you know and love from before, is it's the opposite. A lot of people are like, why are you gonna? He has to use Fairy Tail for it to be liked and so on. It gets exhausting, obviously, but you just kind of tell the person, "Oh, then don't read it." Easy as.
Yeah.
I can agree with you. It definitely is its own separate shows, and you'll see later on, as the story progresses, that Mashima is definitely trying to keep the same feel behind the show, with the camaraderie, the friendship, the aspect that you're always trying to protect those ones that you love. But you'll see that he definitely takes a few leaps and bounds to try and make it distinguishable from Fairy Tail. And it hits hard, hits heavy, and it's very, I want to say it's refreshing. For me, it is. That's just because I like that kind of stuff. For some, it might not be if they're expecting exactly what Fairy Tail was for EdensZero to kind of go along that line. So I do very much agree that it's two different entities that people need to stop comparing too much. There are some stuff, obviously, that you can compare that are very obvious to compare, but it is how it is. And it's good to see that you don't share that opinion with the... we call them the haters, just put it that way. That's what the majority of them are.
Mashima was depressed, or is depressed, writing EdensZero. Like,
Oh yeah, this man's depressed.
motherfuckers. Yeah, it's just, you'll see when you season 2 hits. You'll be like, God damn, he was right. That guy's
You're probably going to use
depressed.
your connections to get someone to check on him. That dude needs someone checking on him. Someone needs to call Mashima and be like, "Are you okay?"
Well, I do have a psychology degree, so
So you can
Then
call him
you
and
gotta
listen,
learn
"Are you okay,
Japanese
buddy?"
and then call him up.
yeah.
Well,
I'll be
actually,
like,
he's learning English, so I mean,
Well, I mean, to
I'm
have a
sorry, Mashima,
comprehensive
you need a
conversation,
shoulder to cry on.
he definitely needs it.
I think he'd have to spend a lot of time longer to have a comprehensive conversation about his feelings with someone in a different language. But if Eleeka's willing to fly out there, Why not?
Hey, it's my dream to go to Japan.
I was about to say,
but
like,
I've been...
a lot of Japanese anime fans want to do that. So by all means, like, you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. Although I think people would find that weird. They'd be like, "Oh, this is a creepy stalker fan."
Well, it's just like Juvia. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, no.
Wait, did Juvia end up in that tier list you talked about?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, I gotta bring it back up again.
Just tell me she was in
where's
like
Juvia?
the D tier or something. That would be so fucking
I'm
funny.
gonna riot. I'm gonna riot.
know.
I'm joining. I'm gonna hack Rooster Teeth. Not really, guys. I'm gonna hack him
No,
and I'm
no.
gonna ban everyone.
It's not really, guys.
No, she was in B.
I can accept
not-
that.
that's
I
not-
can
She was
accept that.
below. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. She was below Gray, but below
Yeah.
Jalal.
Yeah, below
Below
Jalal.
Jalal?
Yeah. Jalal was S tier.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
to be
trash.
fair,
No,
you're like the biggest
Yeah.
Jalal hater.
You're the only Jalal
Yeah.
hater these days.
Yeah, no, man. J-Man is... I wanted him in God tier, but I didn't get that. So
Yeah.
he's so hot, first of all. Second of all, he's so powerful. Okay, I get it. He's a depressed bro and he needs some therapy, and I'm all there for it. If he needs, like,
Another
if
shoulder
he
to
was a
cry
real
on.
person,
Mishima
I would
on one
say,
shoulder
like,
and Jalal on the other.
exactly. I would therapy the hell out of those boys, but yeah, I think he's a good character. But
Like, even
let's see.
Spidey has admitted, like, he is better in the sequel than he was in the original.
Like you said, low
Oh,
bar,
yeah.
low bar. Low bar. Not that
Not
hard
low.
when you're fucking trash and the main series actually little bitch always crying. Oh,
Okay, first
I
of all, I
can't
don't
be with you, Urza.
Yeah,
First of all,
playing
he never
Limbo.
cried, so you're full of shit.
Okay,
all right?
first
And
of
second
all,
it's
listen,
what?
there's nothing wrong with crying.
Yes,
Are
Spidey,
you?
are you against men
Oh,
crying? Are you sexist?
Yeah,
now?
are you?
Spidey's getting attacked, bro.
Are
First
you
of all-
hidden on like
First of
male
all-
tears?
Hashtag
Let
cancel
men cry.
Spider-Man.
Hashtag let men cry.
First of all, Deku is my favorite character, so I have no
Yeah, that
problem.
motherfucker cries.
Okay, so
like,
then
daily.
what are you talking about? Deku
But Jalal's
is like
just
the
a-
whiniest little bitch that exists. And you're like,
Bro, oh my god, are you? I can't have this conversation. She likes Jalal. She thinks Urza is perfection.
Yep.
I can't.
I
I'm
am
just-
completely correct. Okay, but Deku, don't worry, he didn't end up low.
Where was he?
I'm trying to find where we put him.
He's gonna been DT.
I
No,
He's
I
gonna end up in
think
D
No,
tier
no,
with
no, no.
Goku.
He was honestly, people love him, so he was in S tier.
Oh wow! Actually, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I wanted him lower, but we have like a lot of diehard My Hero fans. I have one friend. She was the only thing she wanted, like her win, was to make sure that Bakugo ends up higher than Deku, and so with a lot of fighting, she got Bakugo in God tier
God.
versus Deku in S tier.
I bet.
So, yeah.
I agree. I agree with both of those. Everything else,
And then Gojo obviously was in God tier because I don't know if you guys are Jujutsu Kaisen fans, but
Yeah.
No.
yeah. I've been wanting to watch the movie, but I have no one to go with, and I'm not one of those people who likes to go to movies alone. So
You're
I've
going
just
to the
been,
movies
like,
alone, bangs.
Honestly,
yeah,
yeah.
I've just been like
I'm
a
the
sad
same.
little person. Like, somebody
Ju-
go to this movie with me.
Have you ever been alone to the movies?
No.
Try it. I promise you, once you've done it, you'll be like, you know what? I don't need friends. Friends don't matter anymore. I don't need any of you. I promise you. After I did it for the first time, I was like, because I wanted to go
Damn,
watch
damn.
the Dragon Ball movie,
Like,
right?
yeah.
The Broly one. And my friends, because they were all at uni at the time, I was like, so who's coming back to London to go watch the movie? And they're like, but we don't have money. Like, that's a good point. Okay, fair enough. So I had to go myself.
Yeah, I go to the
What?
movies like by myself all the time. It's just a lot easier too because I don't have to worry about scheduling with everyone and finding the time that
Exactly.
works. I can just go whenever the fuck I want. Get the show
You
I want.
roll up and you're like, oh, the queue, cool. Let me get my ticket. Let me get my popcorn or whatever you
No,
get.
don't buy
Let me get
popcorn,
my
man.
drink. And then
It's
you,
overpriced.
yeah, nah,
shit.
well, no, I do from the shop next door because it's like 10, like
Uh,
50p.
Mhm.
Then you go and sit inside and you're like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about anyone being late and complaining. And then you don't have to worry about one of your friends going, what's happening? I don't understand. You just sitting there quietly. You dry, and then when you finish it, if you with people, some people will be like, oh, okay, guys, where are we going? It's like, relax, man, relax. We will go in a bit. Yeah. everything is on your own schedule. It is like a mini date for yourself. I promise you, you will love yourself afterwards.
Yes, you will.
I just go with my wife. So
Yeah, well, not all of us is married. Okay. All right. Some of us are lonely fucks. All right.
Yeah,
look,
true
look,
that.
that's sounding like Jalal right now. You're about to be put in S tier by Titania.
Mate,
Why would he have a
That's
problem
fine.
with that?
It's okay to be alone too. Like, see, maybe Spider-Man here should go to therapy. Like, that's you got another. You need another shoulder to cry on.
Ooh, you're gonna take that, Spidey.
I can't be mean to the one guest we actually get.
Oh, we've had guests before, haven't we?
It's okay. You can cry alongside Jalal and Mashima, and we'll all pay your shoulder and give you a back rub.
No, but honestly, just Eleeka, go watch it on your own. Just give it a try once.
Yeah.
It is honestly it is a very refreshing experience. You will feel a little bit awkward because it's your first time doing it. Pop some headphones in, as if you're just walking down the street and just, mind your own business kind of thing. And while you will, at the end of it, you'll go home and be like, you know what? I enjoyed that. It would have been nicer with friends because then you have that conversation.
Yeah.
You got people to engage with, and the hype factor comes from it as well. But you honestly will feel you'll be like, this was really fun. This was nice. It's a treat to yourself as well because you don't have to stress about other people being like on time, late, or canceling.
Yeah, like I said, it's the convenience factor that really hits it for me. Which is like, if I have nothing else to do on a Saturday, like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Give it a try. Give it a try. And if you don't like it, well, I don't know what I'll do if you don't like it.
Yeah,
Just go.
I mean,
Don't
you're
do it
gonna
again.
like the movie if you've chosen to go in all likelihood. But I would say like if you really didn't enjoy the experience, next time you do just like go with friends and like try to plan that out ahead of time. But I just hate the whole planning process.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely somebody who gives something a chance. Like I'll try most things at least once, and if I don't like it, then I just won't do it again.
Yeah,
and if you
Like,
do
is
like
it-
this, I promise you, your cinematic life will be changed. Your cinematic life will be amazing. You'll be sitting there like, oh, I want to go to the movies. You don't even have to go to your WhatsApp group. You want to go to the movies with me? You just be like, I'm going, and you can tell friends, I'm going Saturday if anyone want to come. Great.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and I like that there's more and more anime movies that are coming out. They're more mainstream, so they're actually getting to go to the theaters and watch an anime movie, which is really awesome. Like, I'm super hyped for I love Black Clover as well. I don't know if any of you have seen that anime. It's really great.
I read the manga, but I'm quite far behind. So
Okay. But they're coming out with a movie and it looks really cool, and I can't wait to watch that. But the problem is, like, my friend who's super into Black Clover, he's in a different state, so that's not gonna happen, right?
Yeah, you can't
So,
really do anything about that though.
I don't know. You got legs. They got legs.
You're gonna
can
walk to a different state. Like, well, actually, what state is it?
Maybe they live
Yeah.
on the border of it. You never know.
I'm gonna walk from California to Texas. That sounds like a great idea.
That's like 3 days, 4 days. That's not
No,
bad.
it's
California in
not.
itself is big enough to be a country, and so
Hey.
is Texas.
Yeah, but it depends on how fast you can walk. Just move your legs faster. That's all you got to
To
do.
be fair, there is that Bear Son guy on TikTok, on YouTube, that walked from California to New York in like 2 months. It's possible.
There we go.
I gotta
make
just
sure you
start
plan.
walking now.
Just make sure you plan your journey properly.
And if it's any benefit, you'll
Yeah.
be a lot thinner at the end of the journey.
That's true.
Yeah, it'd be really good exercise. And also,
You
you'll come out
probably
and
would also be dead in a ditch by some serial
Whoa,
killer
whoa,
killing
whoa,
you
whoa,
on the
whoa,
road.
whoa. You have the power of anime on your side.
And
I
help
wish.
us
Also, you're
all-
American. You can get a
yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily want a gun. That's kind of sketch. Like, you just like
Yeah,
pull out of like, you talking to me? Like, dude, I just
Yeah,
asked
but
you a
this is
question.
all. This is all for the movie. This is all for the movie. It's all for the
Do
experience.
it for the anime.
Can you imagine telling someone the story of? So I went to watch a Black Clover movie. Oh, how was it? Oh, first of all, we got to start about 3 months before. So I met this guy on the road, and he sort of looked at me weird to put my gun out. Oh yeah, I was hungry that day. That
Oh,
guy, I
no.
took all his food.
That's horrible. It's turned into a post-apocalyptic experience.
And then eventually I got to the cinema, and when I tell you the movie, I forgot why I was there. I missed the movie. I was late. Oh.
I was in the hospital recovering from.
Yeah, my feet were falling
Or
off.
they arrested you because you went into the theater, but you forgot to ditch the gun ahead of time. They thought
Oh,
this was going to be another
no.
Batman and the Joker scene.
And I was like, oh shit.
I couldn't even pull that off. I'm Middle Eastern descent, so like my
Oh,
parents are
you,
Persian.
you,
You
Oh,
won't
bro.
make it like 5 minutes down the
Right.
street.
Let
No,
me
no.
not be
Yeah, you're
caught
not.
with guns anywhere.
You won't make it 5 minutes down the street in
They're
America.
gonna
Never mind.
send me to
No.
Guantanamo. And then
That's
I'll
if
be
you
like,
make
my
it there.
friends told me to pull out a gun. I was only listening to peer pressure.
And
Nah, yeah.
it's not worth it, actually. You know what? Black Clover movie don't need to happen. You don't need to see it.
Just watch it by yourself. Just do that.
Yeah, wait till
You
it
could,
comes out.
and you're going to Texas, and you're Middle Eastern, and homie, you.
Exactly. They're gonna
Bro,
be like, you terrorists.
I'll say a prayer for you. I'll say a prayer. Fuck that.
You
I ain't
Arab.
even religious, and I'm about to pray for you. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Dad's giving you advice just so you could get shot. Damn.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or
I'm all the way
I'll
across the
never
pond,
be
so
allowed
don't
on a
bother me.
plane again.
See, it's good. You can't come to the plane and slap me for the advice.
She'll take a boat then.
Yeah. I'll row. Because that's
Okay, if
also
you can't
gonna
walk,
take a
if you
long
can't,
time.
yeah, if you can't walk from California to Texas, I don't think you're rowing from California to London.
Well, we'll try.
You'd have phenomenal arms if you managed to pull that off.
Oh, dude, you'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
wedge.
Yeah, no,
you would be so
so
wedge. Your
jacked.
arms would be like tonk.
Your entire upper body
Yeah.
by then would be like a freaking tank.
Would you even be able to like have enough food to like make? Because obviously you have like non-perishables, but would
Yeah,
you
in
be able
terms
to
of
have
quantity,
enough?
That's a good question.
Like
Yeah.
a sail. If you had a sailboat, I bet you could
think
do
people
it.
have
Like
done
people
that,
have sailed
yeah.
across the world.
No, we're
Yeah.
talking rowing. We started with rowing. We don't change it. It's rowing only.
No,
No,
you ain't.
you can still row a sailboat. Like you could still, I don't know. You would have to have
Really
like,
big oars.
yeah. What you could do is have like a dual action, so that it has like a pet. I don't know if you've seen like old boats that used to have like they had the steam kind of propeller in the back, but before there was steam, like people could pedal to have that sort of circulate. So you can not only pedal using
yeah.
your feet, you can use your arms at the same time.
read-
so you've got like
I
this.
read something like that in a
Your
manga.
whole body is gonna be completely ripped. Like, oh my
Okay, so
god.
just to give you an idea of how long it would take you, right? For a normal submarine, right,
Oh my-
to get from Northern California to London, it's about 10 to 12 days. So yeah, you times that by like 50, and then you got the number.
Submarines are also
Yeah, in a
slow.
few months' time. Like a year later, I'll end up in London.
I won't be here anymore. I would have moved by then. Whew. I survived. Just. It reminds me of the I don't. You've probably seen it. The decoy snail, the immortal snail versus you.
Never heard of it.
Both you and the immortal snail get $1 million, and you've got to basically, and you're both immortal. But if the snail touches you, you die. So, but it's always slowly moving towards you. You've now got to make sure it never touches you. How would you handle that?
Build a
Wouldn't.
barrier.
Put it in a box.
Okay,
Isn't-
decoy snail.
Wait, isn't the immortal snail a Rooster Teeth meme?
No, as far as I know. Well, man, I don't know if they maybe did something after. Let me find it. Decoy snail.
If you're faster than the
Yeah,
snail,
here it
why
is.
can't you just like put a box over the snail or build a brick shelter or something to that effect?
There's the post from many years ago. You and an intelligent snail both get $1 million. You both become immortal. However, you die if the snail touches you. It always knows where you are and slowly crawls towards you. What's your plan? Someone give it
says-
very detailed.
This the immortal snail meme dates back to 2014 when the Rooster Teeth podcast proposed a hypothetical question.
Is that the same
Okay.
question?
So I guess you just become full circle.
That works out great. So what would you do? Would you be able to handle
So why
that?
can't you just pay somebody to capture the snail and then put it in jail or something?
Yeah, exactly. Why can't you kill this?
You
Oh,
can't,
because
it's
it's
immortal.
immortal. But you can like.
It's super intelligent as well, so don't forget that.
What if you eat it though?
Isn't that the
Then
same?
But
it's
thing?
it's still touching it.
Yeah,
That's still touching you.
because it's in the inside of your body. I don't think
Oh
the skin
yeah.
contact is the difference there.
So even cooking it won't make that.
Now you don't want to
change.
cook live animals.
You
either.
can't even cook it because it won't kill it.
Yeah, but it would make it tastier, right?
Yeah, but then you're still
Put some
touching it.
You're still gonna
garlic.
die.
True. It's
Is
okay.
that-
I'm not like super afraid of death, so not the end of the world.
mean,
just
See,
the end of my
thought
world.
process. That's my
I
thought.
have a
What you
post-
do, right, is you just
I have a,
you have a what?
no reading the comments. I have opposable fingers and a glass jar. Checkmate.
Yeah,
See, that-
exactly. You just put like a mason jar on it. It's like, well, good luck getting out of that.
Also, how
but
is
the more the
snail
snail,
has no hands or
Yeah.
whatever. Even if it's super intelligent, how is it supposed to access its funds? Does it have like
who says it, bro?
what?
Who says not hired someone to do it for him?
What? Because
What do you mean what?
I didn't hear what you said. Is
Oh, it's super intelligent. It can just hire someone to do it for him. You think
how
the
is-
super
how
intelligent
does-
snail is not going to have a PA?
yeah, and that's my point. Like, how does it access its money if it doesn't have like fingers to access the bank account or something? It's surely not.
It doesn't need to. It would have a PA.
Okay, so is that part of the scenario? Like, no one said anything about it getting a fucking major
Anything, yeah,
domo.
that could be part of the scenario. However you do it, you want to try and do it.
Well, I
But
mean, it's not written in the.
there might
it's
be
not
a way.
written in the post, so like you're making a lot of
it
assumptions.
doesn't need to be.
Even if you're super intelligent, that doesn't mean that you use that intelligence. Let's be honest, there's a lot of intelligent people out there that make really poor choices.
Yeah, but in
and
this,
they
you've gotta
end
make-
up like dead in a ditch. Have you seen some of the most like famous geniuses of all time, painters, musicians? Like they have not had good lives because intelligence often leads to self-destruction
And enemies.
So, in my opinion, this snail's gonna try to kill itself. It's gonna like,
I don't
you
know.
know,
There
it's
was
gonna-
nothing in this like post that made me think that the snail has its own major domo who's like executing its plans on its behalf. So yeah, I don't know. Like the guy said, glass jar. I have opposable thumbs. Fucking checkmate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I decoy
Oh,
snail
cool.
was going to be there.
Titan. Another
Yeah.
fucking port. God
Yeah,
damn.
it's the final part.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that
final
tweet
part.
today. Actually, yeah, I'm so behind. I don't even
They're
know where I
milking this
stopped.
shit so much.
What episode are you up to?
I have to check my queue and see what it is. And this whole like Funimation merging with Crunchyroll thing's really thrown me off because now I have both like premium, and I'm not ready to like give up my Funimation one yet because it hasn't completely all gone over to Crunchyroll, like their entire library. So it's just a pain because I've been using Funimation more for years, and all of my queue, all of my like what episode you're on and everything is on there. So migrating over is going to be like a total pain in the ass.
See,
But-
I've never been a fan of Funimation's website.
So it's
Same.
not the website, it's their I don't really watch online. I use my consoles as well as my smart TV cuz Funimation actually has a smart TV app. You don't even need to turn your console on to watch. But
Mhm.
Crunchyroll doesn't. So it's really a pain. Plus the app experience with Funimation is a lot better than the CR one. And I've even told some of their high-level executives, so I'm not like trash talking.
No, actually, that's
either.
fair. Like,
Like,
people
See-
have made like
Either
legitimate videos about how their HTML5
Wait.
operated player isn't very effective.
Wait,
yeah.
your because I have a Roku TV and it has the Crunchyroll app. I'm looking at it
Really?
right now.
I haven't found, so I have the Samsung Smart TV and I've looked to find the Crunchyroll app on it and it doesn't show up. Like I don't see it. Is
I'm
Can you still do
literally
the USB trick? I don't know if you when the smart TV.
Are you sure you're not talking about like a console? Like are you sure you're
No,
not
no.
using like
no. I'm literally on the Roku. Here, let me take a picture.
yeah.
Um,
You can
It's-
even DM me that cuz if you know how to find it then that's great. Because I have not been able to. When you type it in, the only thing that shows up is like Crackle. And I'm like, "No, I don't fucking want Crackle and want
The
Crunchyroll.
fuck is Crackle, bruv?
Never
Crackle
heard of
is
it.
It's like
another.
it's another like service, and it's like free movies, but they're really horrible, and it's a very sketchy.
Wow, she's talking shit about Crackle. Damn.
But
I'm just
nobody
kidding, I don't
knows
care.
what the fuck it is, so
Oh.
even if she's talking shit about it, nobody's gonna care. Like, is this
Oh.
invented by the Kellogg's company or something?
Oh man. Oh, I
Voodoo.
see it. That's cool.
Yeah,
I have to try to find it then.
kind of weird.
I also have HBO Max.
I don't. We don't get it here.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of been a lot of people's like gripe with HBO is that it's not overseas, and they're a parent company, so like.
Well, they just
suck,
got bought
HBO, no.
by they got bought by Discovery, didn't they?
Yeah, Discovery bought Warner Media, and Rooster Teeth is part of Warner Media. So
Y'all about to be on HBO Max. Nice.
yeah, we're all under like Daddy Warner and Daddy, I guess, Discovery now.
I'm just waiting for that Discovery HBO Max app merger, so I
It's
could be
gonna
watching
be
my Ghost Hunters.
gonna be fun.
Yep. So talking about bad people, the Will Smith slap. What did you guys think about it?
Do we have to talk about it?
I just want to know your reactions. That's all.
It
I want.
reminded of me. You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna say it's like when Urza slapped Joel.
You know what? I like it. I like it.
Oh, dude.
I honestly couldn't care less because I don't have cable, so I didn't even hear about it until after the fact. Oh, that's my dog Pikachu in the back.
I just
by the way.
read about it on
Wolf
Twitter. I
Yes,
don't have.
my dog's name is Pikachu.
That's okay. That's perfectly acceptable.
should
And I
send
only
pictures.
read about this shit on Twitter. I don't care. He got away with it because he was, famous or whatever. So, and it's just a situation like if you're rich.
Honestly, I think they were both in the wrong.
Oh yeah, they were totally both wrong. But like Chris Rock's a comedian, just let him say what he wants. You can deal with it in private later. Be a mature individual and be the bigger man.
Yeah,
I
I
just
agree
love
with
the
I've
that.
never
meme.
seen. I've
I
never
just
seen
love
that
the
Andrew
meme.
Garfield one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
There's a crap ton of JoJo memes. I think like the
Yeah.
internet is so full of just JoJo after JoJo after.
Or the Batman slapping Robin.
Oh, I've seen
remake
that one
with
too.
Chris
That one's
Rock
really good.
and Will Smith. Yeah, she was wild. She was
I
wild.
tweeted one on the Fairy Tale wiki. I don't know if you guys saw that one. I thought it was pretty good.
No, where people say Eden's. I saw the one where people say Fairy Tale is just Eden. EdensZero is just Fairy Tale, but sci-fi, and then like slap. But I haven't seen any other kind of.
Is that real? Please tell me that's real.
I don't know.
Oh, that'd be great. Basically, Bill Smith in an ass. Oh shit.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah,
so-
I don't know. I just thought it was like the only thing that came out of the Oscars was this. Like, was there nothing else that happened the whole night that?
Now, I
Like,
remember.
I don't
fair.
even know who won.
I remember that. Well,
Yeah.
Will Smith won Best Actor, so that's one thing. But
Yeah.
I actually remember like a lot of people were just like talking about how out of touch the Oscars were too, because like they've started like doing these things of like fan moments or whatever, and somehow like I think the scene with the Flash and Justice League was voted best fan moment over the Spider-Man swinging scene from No Way Home. I'm like, you're so full of shit.
I agree.
Fuck you, Spidey.
I agree.
Also, that's ironic
The
as
fuck
shit.
up. I'm saying it was a better scene. Did I enjoy the Spider-Man three-way? Of course.
You got to change your name
Did I
now.
think the Flash? I don't
Wait,
know.
yeah, what was your opinion about Spider-Man No Way Home? Because I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard really mixed
To
things.
tell you, Spidey and I
So-
did a whole like 2-hour podcast where we talked about the movie.
Okay.
So all
Yeah,
you need
because
to
I've
know
heard
is-
really mixed things about
What?
it. Like some people loved it, some people hated it. So I'm
I don't
like,
know who
I
the fuck
don't
hated
know
it, but that
what to listen.
person has poor taste. That's probably the type of person
All I gotta
who
say is-
unironically like reads like Twilight and all that crap. So like ignore their opinion.
all I know is I wasn't a fan of Tom Holland and Spider-Man before.
And now he won't tolerate
after
slander.
the movie. I will not tolerate any Tom Holland slander.
Oh my
So
god,
there's
that's
that.
awesome.
So yeah,
I enjoyed the film. I watched it late because I'm not a big Marvel person, and also I'm broke, so I wasn't gonna go cinema. But the first
You
half of the
saw-
movie for me, I enjoyed it, but it was the part that I least enjoyed about it. But afterwards, halfway, like after a certain part, yo, that movie peaked. That movie, I was like, yo, this is sick. I'd happily watch the second half over and over. And Tom Holland, my boy, he learned, he's growing. He's gonna become the true Spider-Man one day.
Okay, what do you think about? Did you guys see the Uncharted movie?
I have not.
yes.
Okay, I haven't either because that's another like I don't know if I see like Tom Holland. I like him. I don't know if I see him as like Nathan Drake.
I will tell you what I told the admin of the server, Air. If you follow the video games of Uncharted, you're not
Mhm.
gonna like it. You're not gonna like it
Okay,
because it's not gonna be true to it, and people are always gonna find something to complain about.
right.
If you're going for a fun action adventure movie
Hmm.
with some like names that mean something in the games, then you're gonna enjoy it. But if you want a true adaptation of it, you're not. You're gonna be like, oh, this isn't it. La, 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 la.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
But
not a diehard Uncharted like video game fan, so I think that's good. I'll probably
I
like the movie then.
I enjoyed it more than the Batman. So there's that.
Really? Everyone's been talking about the Batman movie being like the best thing they've ever seen. I
They
still
gotta watch
haven't seen it,
more stuff,
so
son. It's 3 hours and it's just boring half the time. Half the movie is
Mm.
boring and like I
Yeah,
don't
but you
know.
like Superman, Batman vs Superman, so
Yeah, I don't get that part either.
I said I like the extended cut, which adds 30 minutes of deleted scenes.
I think
Basically,
30 minutes doesn't make the other.
Yeah.
actually it
however long
does.
it was.
Actually, it
It's
helps
still,
build
it
some
was
of the.
still a lot of crap.
Yeah.
It
Listen.
helps build some of the stuff that was removed because Warner Brothers is stupid.
it
No
is.
offense to Tanya.
It's
Um,
fine. I agree.
All right, and they don't know what the fuck they're
No, they
doing
most
when they
definitely
if
did
they
not
would
know
have
what they're
let
doing, considering they kept in that
this
scene
is
of Lois and Clark getting in the fucking bathtub together.
look, man, just because there's love in the world and you don't like it
Not that I
doesn't mean it
dislike
was a
love,
good
it's
thing.
just a stupid scene.
No, I agree with for once. I agree with Spider-Man. Let people love each other too.
I did not say don't love each
No,
other.
love's not allowed. Love
Um,
banned.
look, I'm gonna rant about Warner Brothers. If they would have let Zack Snyder do his 5 movie thing,
I
they wouldn't have
agree.
had to worry. Doesn't
I
matter
agree.
if people liked it. They would have at least had a plan. They would have already introduced Cyborg. They would have introduced
My man
Adam.
Cyborg got done dirty, bro.
All this shit, but no, let's go with fucking what's his stupid ass name? The fucking creep. Whedon. Let's go with Whedon and have him redo this shit and have Flash basically land on top of Wonder Woman very sexually and all this other random shit. It's like, my boy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just give this is why I hope Warner Brothers learned from their shit and HBO Max is like a blessing in disguise for them because they're able to do
Hope so.
Peacemaker, the Snyder
I
cut,
heard Peacemaker was good.
which Peacemaker
Yeah,
was
me too.
good.
We did a podcast for it, but I still have yet to watch
It's
Peacemaker.
it's very violent. So
That's perfectly
I don't mind that.
acceptable.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zack Snyder Justice League was like phenomenally better than the actual
Yes.
Justice League movie. Even though it was so long, I was willing to watch all of that, but never have to watch the original Justice League again. 'Cause
I
they're
forgot
honestly they're a completely different movie.
they are. It's
It's an
amazing.
absolutely different movie, different plot, different characters. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it's worth like if you guys haven't seen it, it's worth it.
Honestly, for me, it did not feel like a 4 hour movie. It did feel like a long movie, but it felt less than 4 hours and more than two. So like 2.5, 3 hour. That's how it felt for me. And that was me watching Man of Steel, then Batman versus Superman extended cut, then watching that 4 hour film. So I literally spent like 9 hours that day just watching the Snyder Warner Brothers DC universe, which was it was a long day. But Warner Brothers got fucked it up. Oh well.
How about that fairy tale in EdensZero, man?
That's that crossover they got.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you meant the chapters. Oh yeah, we do those. Forgot we do
Yeah,
that.
I thought this was what the podcast is about, but I feel really bad because I feel like I completely derailed your podcast.
Oh, okay.
Not
You
gonna lie
guys
to you.
talked
Like,
about literally
I think this
everything
is the most
else.
engaged we've all
Not
been
gonna lie.
like in a long, long time.
I didn't want to talk about the chapters to begin with, so
Oh,
See-
okay. Well,
see-
I'm
Is that
cool
because
with that.
we
Like,
thought they were
This
bad?
podcast
Or...
shouldn't really be. No, you
I
just
just
lazy.
look, man.
Man's
I don't
lazy.
read. I don't read source. I don't read fairy tale. I just do the thing, and EdensZero. I just read it the day of we're talking.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
To be fair, the podcast should more or less be called. We try to talk about Fairy Tail EdensZero for a little time, and then we get derailed into a different kind of conversation because we like talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Moon Knight. Have you guys
Not
seen
yet.
Moon Knight?
Saw the first episode. Oh, you all right? Try watching.
Yo, bro, how you not seen the first episode, King? You got that Disney
I don't have a
sponsorship,
Disney
bitch.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
Damn.
You got Amazon sponsorship, Disney sponsorship.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got a little
What?
rant. Yo, King, what's up with
What happened
Amazon?
to it?
They deliver my packages all fucked, bro. I bought a Funko, the Deku with the 100% with Eri on his back. You know that bomb ass scene from My Hero.
Yeah.
Season
4.
5? 4? Yeah, 4. You're right. And it comes in like a little plastic bag and then gets thrown, and I open the goddamn box and it's all broken. It's like, yo, what the fuck
I
is
mean,
this?
the first problem was buying a
King.
fucking Funko in the first place. Like, you're full of shit. So I don't. You deserve that.
hey, no, Funkos
No,
are cool, man. I collect.
I would
them too.
accept it if
Yo,
someone
bro.
gave me one, but I would never buy one myself. That's so Spidey. That's your first problem.
Buy a real figure.
Second of all,
I
I'm
already
just a
have
shill
'em.
who gets gift cards. Go take it up with somebody on Twitter, dude. I honestly don't give a shit.
Just gonna say,
Wow,
Just
bad
kidding.
customer service.
Yeah,
bad customer.
That King gets sponsorships from Amazon, Disney, and every now and
The
then
pizza
he'll
joint,
mention
the
that he
pizza
bought
joint.
something new.
Yeah.
He bought something new. I'm like, oh, cool. Where'd he get it from? And he would say the place, but so he got sponsorship from them
pretty
now.
much. That's what it boils down to.
The pizza
So,
joint
are you
too.
really sponsored
No,
by
I'm not.
Amazon, or just?
Yes.
Yes, he
God.
is. He's a bit modest. He's a bit shy. He doesn't like.
I think we've established
doesn't-
over time on this podcast that I am most definitely not shy.
You're a bit
How am
shy.
I?
It's okay.
No, never mind.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
okay. Oh, hey, get careful. He might scrub the footage again.
I'm not
yeah, you
gonna
might
scrub.
do,
What,
actually. It's
what would
okay.
I scrub?
King, I'm here. I'm here if you want to hug, bro.
You're
I'm
the
here if you
last
want to
person
hug.
here I would want to
Okay.
hug, so don't worry about that.
Wow.
Try it
Wow.
He
Like
preferred to hug
Tanya said, it is okay for men to cry. It is
It most
okay.
definitely
Okay.
is. I'm just not gonna do it near you. I don't know.
Why
You're
not?
weird.
Damn.
Plus, you're British, so you're far
Whoa.
away.
Damn.
I'm weird.
Oh,
And
Wow.
take the person who's geographic.
Canadians are meant to be nice.
And whatever. I
God
lived
damn.
in India for a really long
Wow.
time. I have an
Fuck
excuse.
yeah, no.
He's Indian though.
I lived
so
there for a long
doesn't-
time, so
he's
like
not Canadian.
I've scrubbed myself a little bit, like the recording that one time.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I do want to ask about 100 Year Quest, we'll bounce to that. So, I can assume that you are reading it, right?
yeah, I'm up to date. I just read the last chapter.
So,
Oh, you're up to date.
I thought we all
Interesting.
were.
because it's another chapter, let's go through it.
I haven't read the chapter. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. The last one was 104, right?
Yeah, Blue Dimension.
Yep.
So, for those who are listening, just
Wait,
a
what?
quick read. Yeah, bro.
Did Sorcerer Weekly release
Yes.
that shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Mhm.
Really?
Are you
Yeah,
kidding
bro.
me right now?
What the fuck? I can't
This man
remember.
is smoking something, and I don't want it
I-
this time. You normally I would, but I don't want this one.
I can't remember. I can't remember this shit.
To be honest, it was messed up. Like, you guys, so the fairy tale EdensZero Discord did not post it until like a little while.
Oh yeah, we took our time.
Yeah, it was way after when the actual manga went up. So
Yeah.
No, yeah.
There were 2 people trying to post it, and I was like, "You guys can't post those links though, so figure it out."
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no.
I know. I see.
Yeah.
And then when I got the chapter from Bioptic, I should have uploaded it right away, but I didn't. so it took
So
even longer.
what do you mean by
And then-
sorry, Marissa, what do you mean by don't post those links? Like, was there inappropriate content on the pages?
The manga dex links are blacklisted.
Oh, okay.
Discord
so-
be removing some links and servers for posting stuff, so we just
Fair
posted
enough.
Reddit.
Yeah, it's
And then
long
Reddit
story-
has like the different ones, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Long story short, the Korean publishers went on a wild one about a month ago. Woke up one day, I have like over 100 servers on my list, and my servers were just depleting, and I was watching them disappear because Korean publishers were going after the Scan Nation teams and getting the Discords banned. And I was like, "Hey, yo, Spidey, we need to stop posting Manga Dex links because this is getting wild."
Okay.
Yeah,
I like manga decks though. I've been reading them on there. It's pretty cool, but yeah, I'm sad that the website is like a no-go.
yeah.
'Cause
It's
I used
expensive.
to I used to like use the website and like all the time, and then kind of like that's where I would refer people like, "Hey, go check out the website if you want to read the some
So
of the,
you're
like
so you're to blame for the high cost of the website. Got it.
Yeah, well,
And
I mean, it's
it'll
hard
be
to
over.
find the
From.
like the City Hero and things like that. The like the one-off kind of mangas, or
Yeah.
what was the one that was like the
Call of Duty Vanguard had a little chapter, very like you said, City Hero, Blue Happy's Great Adventure,
Mhm.
and then there was another one that I forgot. Heroes. The
I
website. will be
know
back up.
Happy's Great Adventure is King's favorite.
I knew
right?
somebody
That's,
was going to
like,
bring
Oh,
that
yeah.
up. I just didn't think you were the one who was going to bring that up.
He got it. He got it as a little tattoo on the side.
Uh-huh.
No,
Man, how many happy tattoos do
you
you have? Like,
you know,
are
I've
they
got
all
one just
over?
slightly above my butt crack and a variety of other places.
Just
Yeah.
going back to about how it's hard to find those, I have actually got a site that has got all of that. If you want it, obviously it's
Yeah. I'm
just-
always worried about viruses to be like
This
pranked.
one's perfectly good. This is what I use daily when I'm reading.
That's why I never go on like Kiss Anime or any of those other ones, because they're just so.
Oh, Mangasee's toxic, bro. You fired.
No, it's not. If you got ad block, you're all good.
The Sorcerer Weekly website will be up by next week. Just so-
Okay, cool. I'll
But
wait.
for
then.
anything else, that site has everything you need.
I trust the Sorcerer Weekly site.
Yeah, they just put the chapter and that's it. Nothing else. None of this bullshit. Oh, click here for whatever the fuck.
I mean, I don't get that. 'cause I got ad
Click here to go to 4chan and 8chan and all those horrible dark websites.
I don't know what ad block you're using to see those, but
I'm just kidding. I don't see those.
yeah. So the chapter, just to recap for those of you guys, chapter
Urza being
before,
Urza. Yeah, it's Urza being
we had Lucy win a fight. We Gottfried came through. Got another filler arc that is now canon technically, and this chapter, solid, quite a solid chapter, quite a fun one as well. What's her name?
Yeah.
Misaki.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got to say she's kind of hot. As a short hair, I think it looks good. I prefer long hair, but I think it looks good, even the cut.
It's got the
Yeah, but will
Nightwalker
it
look.
stay?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. To be decided. Obviously I also prefer her with long hair. I used to have my hair dyed like that red. It's not anymore. It's back to its original like dark brown. But I had my hair long and scarlet red for honor of Urza. But I don't know. Like, I think probably she's just gonna get Lucy and Cancer to like fix it, but she might
Yeah.
use it as like symbolism. So, like, symbolic of something.
That's something, yeah. Nah, I think it will come back. I think because long hair Urza is very, very popular, and I don't see them keeping the short hair.
Yeah, she's pretty attached to her hair. So,
Good old Jalal.
even
Color
though
of your hair.
her hair wasn't attached. Get it? Sorry, I'm really horrible. Like, I love puns and wordplay and horrible like shit humor because that's just who I am. But that's only like my online persona. Like my real persona is I like really dark and dry humor. For some reason it doesn't like I don't do it while I'm my
When you got an image to uphold.
yeah, I default to puns and wordplay and things like that.
Don't worry, we all like dark humor here. So now the fight. How do you? Urza got bodied. She got absolutely
Mhm.
bodied, but then she stepped up. She came back forward, and she did exactly. Why did I say that twice? As what she's always done. She's learned from her beatdown. She's understood her enemy, and she's learned to combat them. And she's done it in a very Urza style.
Well, Urza's really smart, unlike what think people might think she's kind of. I mean, I think she's a little dense sometimes, or
Oblivious, maybe is the word.
naive, yeah, oblivious. But I don't think she's dumb. I think she's very battle wise, intellectual. She's really good with strategies, and that kind of came across during the Grand Magic Games when Mavis acknowledged her capability, and she's known as like the fairy tactician, right? But
Pause. Mavis
Oh no.
acknowledging you as a tactician doesn't mean anything because we've established, at least the series has established, that Mavis is an idiot. But I do agree that Urza is smart. But getting a compliment from Mavis is like King saying Happy in EdensZero is better than Happy in Fairy Tale. Doesn't mean much.
Well, actually, I feel like that would mean quite a lot because I
Like,
would still be acknowledging that the character design, even though it's the same, is fundamentally used for a better purpose here. So that would actually be a considerable compliment. So I don't think your analogy holds up very well.
My apologies for the analogy.
You're forgiven.
yeah, I think Happy in EdensZero is actually useful versus Happy in Fairy Tale is kind of not that useful. But anyway, back to the Mavis thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not privy to the previous conversations you've had about Mavis, so I don't particularly like care about her as a character either way. Like I think she's there and she's okay. I think we put her in C class. I'm gonna check. Yeah, Mavis and Zara were both in C class. I think that's really funny. But yeah, I do think she's Urza's very smart and she does adapt to her fights, and any fight she's ever had that she struggled in, she's kind of learned through the fight by studying her enemy, by even getting worn down, she's analyzed her enemy and used that to her benefit. So I'm kind of getting with this fight, I'm kind of getting like Tartaros, Kyoka flashbacks a bit, like she's kind of like fighting through the pain to analyze her enemy and learn and um come back stronger. So I don't know what your opinions were.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I got a very when she got the beatdown, I was a little bit like, didn't really see that coming. I was expecting her to pull something out to win. I was like, well, this is I wonder what's gonna happen now, because if Urza can't do it, Grey and Garjo is gonna be a bit of a combo that would be quite fun to see. But then obviously her little line, I told you, I'll be enough. I was like, hey, yo, this is hype.
Yeah, I
And
like that.
I love Heaven's Wheel is one of my favorite armors. Not because it's got an attack that's basically Gilgamesh, but yeah,
Because it's sexy.
that too. And it came out. You know what? This felt like I don't think I don't like that the fight ended this quickly with her, because I would have liked the fight to have gone a bit longer, and I would have liked Grey and Garjo to maybe do something. But this is a very Urza kind of thing to happen, and I can accept it. It feels a little bit rushed for Misaki. I mean, we barely really got to see her do much. Obviously, the fight hasn't ended. There's still probably going to be another chapter to go for the fight. I just hope that it's not going to be over from this point on that really easily. That's my only worry. I do hope we get to see Misaki actually do something pretty huge, and not just be get God Serene and then be let down.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's been I don't know what your opinions are on this, but I feel like in the 100-Year Quest in general, like I wish the fights were a little longer, and I wish there was just a little more. I know people hate filler, but I actually kind of like fairy tale filler. I wish there was more side quests. Like, I'm obsessed with side quests in video games, so I kind of wish there was more side questing in manga and anime too. I feel like it's all very focused on the main plot, but I wish there was a little more like longer fights and things that they're doing outside of just the main plot points, and just a little more expansion on the worlds that they've been to. Like, I wish the Edelus part lasted longer, to be honest, because it was so cool to see them go back to Edelus, but it was so brief and so short. I kind of wish they just spent more time and developed that a bit more. Kind of gave us more of like the world of Elentier. Like, I wish they went into it a bit more, like developed the world. You can see that I like video games that are extremely long from this. Like, if a video game is less than 50 hours of gameplay, come on, man. It's got to hit the 100-hour mark. But, yeah.
With it being a sequel, I can see why there isn't any of that. I mean, the main series we kind of had that, especially with the actual anime and the filler. I personally, I agree that there is the degree where it is very fun when you have lovable characters doing lovable things, going on a side little adventures that don't necessarily have a major impact on the plot going around. You know, it's just more for fun. However, I don't think I would have liked it in 100-Year Quest because one thing to remember is bi-weekly. And Alderaan arc already lasted over a year. I don't know how I'd feel if it lasted 2 years because there was like a little bit of filler in between.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the bi-weekly schedule really kind of puts a dampener on it. I wish it was weekly, but you can't always have what you want. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I too hope it's not like a one-shot deal, like she just one-shots Murasaki. But yeah, I do like the fact that she's saying like, "Oh no, I'm enough. I'm gonna be enough." Because it shows confidence, and it shows that she feels like this was a personal slight. Like, she's taking this personally, right? She attacked her hair, and which is a point of pride for her. So I am excited to see her kind of rise up to this challenge, and I hope we see something new, honestly. Kind of like how we saw Lucy, use Gottfried canon. I kind of hope we see something new from Urza too.
I don't know if we'll see anything too new, but it would be nice because a lot of the characters have been getting something new for themselves, especially Lucy. So maybe we'll see a new armor. That would be actually pretty cool. I don't know what kind of armor she'll bring through. See, Misaki does some kind of dimension hopping nonsense. So maybe we get some dimension protective armor because she's got
gravity armor or something to ground her.
Maybe that'd be pretty cool. Shiki armor.
Yeah, bring in that gravity ether gear.
Yeah. Okay. And what would you rate the chapter out of 10?
I mean, the chapters are so short to me, right? So it's hard to kind of quantify that. But I would say like it's a.
We do it more based on enjoyment. You can obviously have a critical view for it as well for your rating. The majority of the time when we do it, it's more based on, we enjoyed it. This was nice about it.
Yeah,
we don't
I'll
get
give
too
it an
critical
8.
about it.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8 because Urza's my girl. But yeah, I'll give it an 8. We'll see what happens, right?
I think for me, I'd give it a 7, but only based on that I'm waiting for the next chapter to see what happens. Because if this fight has basically ended here and there's not going to be much more, like I said before, I'm not a big fan of that. I would like more. However, if the fight isn't ended, then this could push up to probably an 8 because then it continues on through. So that's what mine. But I'm gonna go for 7 for now because I'm a little bit worried about the fight.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing I'm really dying to see is more Irene. Like, I think it was such a wasted potential of a character. Like, Irene Belisarian could have been a freaking just dynamite character. But I think it was wasted by Mashima in that respect. And I kind of want to see like what happened to her. Like, she got pulled out of Wendy. Like, does that mean she's gonna get her own corporeal body? Like, what's happening there? Is my question. So I really want a mother-daughter reunion. Like, I'm dying for that. Like, that's what I want more than anything in the fairy tale 100-year quest, is to see a mother-daughter reunion. And
A lot of people have been asking for that.
Yeah, I just want, like, I want Ursa to have a happy parental,
No allowed. No one's
affirmation.
allowed it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's nice.
Only bad parents here.
Yeah, I hate that theme in some ways. Like, why do all the parents gotta be shit? At least have one, like, redeeming parent, right?
Easy writing, I guess. That's the way I see it. It's an easy way to give some kind of backstory. Oh, my dad hit me on the head when I was 5. And I've been traumatized ever since. Now I hate people.
Character.
Huh?
Quotation marks.
Wait, what do you say? Your mic bugged out.
Yeah, it builds character.
Yeah.
His character.
I mean, I think Gildarts is a pretty good dad. Like, he's pretty, like, loves Kana a lot, except for, being an absent father, but he is a caring father.
There's your redeemable parent. This Gildarts.
I don't know if he's redeemable. Like, he still just dips, just leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
he
don't
does
know.
offer to, like, take her, right? Like, he does say, like, come with me, It's not like, I think he tries, right? He knows who he is and he stays true to his character, but he makes an effort to be more. So, like, to offer to take her with him or, like, spend time with him. And I think he tries. Like, do I think he's a perfect parent? No. But do I think any parent is perfect? No. And for a guy who, like, literally found 18 years after the fact, I think he does an okay job of trying, right? But yeah, I just wish there was some more parental redemption arcs. Like, we saw a little bit of that with, like, Gray and Silver, but it was so little. Like, it was just fleeting.
Hey, we got Ignil. And his
For 2 seconds.
getting chopped up and eaten, bitten and half done. Okay, we didn't have Ignil.
What do you want to see?
Me?
I mean, Lucy's dad. Oh wait, never mind. He died before she could come back. Oh, okay. Yeah, we ain't getting shit. We ain't getting no parents. Makarov is the only parent.
Yeah.
That's
The
it. That's all that's
grandpa.
allowed.
The grandpa to everybody.
What about everyone else? What was your lot's ratings on the chapter?
Let's say a 7 too.
Good talk, King.
Yeah.
Oh
good
no,
talk.
so sorry. Someone posted a photo. I was just looking at that. Chapter. I honestly thought Urza's determination to, like, fight alone was a little bit convenient, for the plot. But at the same time, it's like, if it leads to something good later down the line, I'll let it go. I just don't like the idea of Gray and Gajeel just standing there. That just kind of annoys me. It's like, well, why even bring them into the scene if they're not gonna, in a very literal sense, because the labyrinth literally shifted to bring them all together. Chapter, call it a 6 for me.
Okay. Yeah, Spidey.
He's just
Good talk.
gone.
Good talk, Spidey. His wife probably called him.
Hashtag
Okay.
whipped.
What are our predictions? What do we think is going to happen in the upcoming chapters? Do you think
I
Gray
feel
and
like-
Gajeel are going to do something?
Yeah, I feel like somebody will, like, come up to them. Like, like while Erza and the other girl are in the someone else will appear.
Oh, I get you. Okay. Oh, you're pretty interesting. It depends on how I want to learn more about how dimension hop and how that works. Because who was the other person who had that dimension powers? I'm
The
just remembering.
Godslayer?
I think it was like I can't remember. There was someone in the main series who had like a little dimension thing.
Talking about Minerva's territory ability,
That's probably what I'm talking about. Yeah, that is it. That's what I'm talking about.
where she can change the space of where you're at. So basically, like teleport you to other locations in space time.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of see how this Misaki's dimension hopping works. Is it the same kind of concept as that, or is it literally this whole brand new pocket dimension that she has?
I think it's a brand new pocket dimension.
It does
I think
appear to be like
she
the same
considers
concept, but just utilized differently. Like it's not like they occupy the same space. She has her own space, and she can utilize it to a greater extent because hers also seems to bend time as well as space.
Yeah, because she took 5 seconds of damage and it equal to like what, 5 hours or something?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, yeah. So whatever second she says is like hours in the normal dimension. So
Dude, it reminds me of Hit from Dragon Ball Super.
yeah,
haven't seen it.
exactly.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a lot like that. Although I think Hit's ability is more synonymous to Demaria's ability, where
Time stop, yeah.
time stop. Like Demaria controlled the dimension of time, but I feel like Murasaki controls space time, so it's both. So I think I think it's different in that respect. So I do think it's its own little pocket dimension that has its own little rules, kind of like what Ultir did with
That would reappeared.
yeah. No. With Wendy and Sharia.
Oh, yeah, the
Shelia,
upwards aging.
depending on. Yeah. So I think like that little dimension that she pulls them into, like kind of have that conversation, and it's more similar to that in my opinion.
Just had a read of it. It's definitely a case of her own pocket dimension for sure. I hope we get more explanation on that because I like powers where it's to do with some kind of pocket dimensions because they're not utilized too often, and when they are, they're never really explored, but they always look cool. I mean, like in JJK, you get the whole domain expansion kind of thing. I would love for this to be explored more, but I got a feeling because a lot of the new powers that we're getting that come out of the series, they're not explained too much in depth. I mean, like the new Dragon Slayers, the Dragon Eaters, the Blade Dragon, Kyria. It's a bit obvious what a power is, but then when she's using it in ways that you got to think outside the box for. When she's cutting someone's courage or Luxus becoming a little bitch, we don't really get a proper explanation behind it. So I would like to have one for this at least because there's some cool capabilities.
Yeah, I agree.
Spidey, you here? You back?
Yeah, I've been here.
Yeah. What did you think of the chapter? Any comments? What you're rating?
I just read it right now. It's good. I don't know, rating 7 or 8.
Okay. And what do you think is going to happen next?
We're probably gonna keep focusing on the Urza
Yeah,
fight,
I'm thinking this is going to be
and
like
then
the
transition to
fight Lucy just had with Kyria, that it's just going to follow the same path and that it'll stick to these two for a while. We'll only get like brief outlays and overtakes with Natsu and Suzaku hunting Ignia and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
All right. Well, with that, is there any other topics you want to talk about, or should we call it here? It's been about an hour and a half ish.
I think that's it.
Yeah, it's been about an hour and a half.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Actually, one comment because your dog is called Pikachu. Are you
Mhm.
excited for the new games coming this year, Scarlet Violet?
Oh yeah, I'm super hyped. I've been playing a lot of Arceus, and I, I love it because I'm super into open world RPGs, and the fact that this kind of combined that with Pokemon was a lot of fun. So I've been really enjoying the game. It's very chill. It's very like relaxing. So if I'm not feeling like playing something really intense or, making my hands fall off, I think it's a great game, and I'm so excited to see like the new iteration of Pokemon coming. Plus, it's called Scarlet. Like
I had a
we all
feeling that
know,
would get you.
I'm definitely getting that version at least. But yeah, I don't know. Like this might be the first time I don't pick a fire starter though. Like that leaf cat, everybody's been talking about it, and it's so tempting.
Sprigatito.
Yeah, I don't.
See, for me, Sprigatito is adorable, but with the track record of Pokemon, it's going to become bipedal. And I think if it becomes bipedal, that's going to ruin it.
Yeah, everyone's like saying, keep it on all fours for God's sake. Give us like a third,
Exactly.
a third
Just give it a
evolution
one
that's
for
on all
once.
fours. Just once.
Fuecoco is adorable. I like him, but I don't know if I'd pick him. See, for me, it all depends on the fan evolution.
Yeah, same. I typically pick fire Pokemon starters. Like
Even in Gen 1?
I don't know if I've ever.
Not that I don't like Charizard, but like that makes the initial part of the game very hard.
No, like I think I've always kind of gone for
In Hoenn, that's the best choice, but
oh yeah, Cyndaquil.
That's Johto.
Cyndaquil is like, yeah, no, I'm saying like Cyndaquil was probably my favorite fire starter. Cool. But super cute.
I don't know. In Kanto, you just hit Route 22, grab that Mankey Nita round of double kick, and go fuck up Brock.
Yeah. It did make it hard because I did buy the Brilliant Diamond, and I have to say, like, I did pick what is it, Monferno?
Yeah,
the first one. Yeah, and it made the first gym like really difficult because it's like a rock.
You didn't get that Budu on Route.
I did. I don't know if I got a Budu. I got a Bidoof, right? I think the first one you get is like a Bidoof and a Starly is what I ended up with, but it's not like exactly super powerful Pokemon there.
What did you think of the Gen 4 remakes?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have a strong opinion either way.
That's fair.
I'm not like the biggest diehard Pokemon fan. Like, even though my dog is called Pikachu, the problem is I never had like a DS.
So this was your first time playing Sinnoh?
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a long time since I've been able to play Pokemon. Like, I think my last Pokemon game before the ones that came out on Switch was like Crystal, right? So
wow, so you missed a whole like bunch of generations.
Exactly.
I would recommend you go back and play them, but without the quality of life changes that have come over the years, they can be a little bit dated. But they're still very fun. If you do get a chance, give it a go. Especially Black and White. Black and White, then Black and White 2. I'd highly recommend. They're not that dated considering the time period they're from. But also, it's one of the only ones where the sequel has a coherent story that goes into it. So you play
friend's
Black and
favorite
White.
was Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think, is what it's
Good
called.
old Johto.
Yeah.
I like Johto a lot, just apart from the level discrepancy nonsense, but that's just a nitpick from myself. But I had a lot of content. I can see why it's their favorite. Yeah.
Do you use an emulator at all, or is it just?
Well, I buy each game, but whenever I do, because I do Nuzlocke runs and I do them in a server as well, I always do it on an emulator. If you want, I can send you a link for there, because I've also got a document that has all the ROMs that you can download.
Oh, that would be awesome, because emulators confuse me and I don't know how what to go for.
Yeah, I'll send that to you in a bit.
Yeah, I've been watching some of the new Pokemon shows though. I watched the movie. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if anybody saw the Secrets
I have
of
not
the
seen
Jungle.
it yet, but I believe it's on Netflix, right? Yeah.
It is. Netflix has
Yeah, no,
quite
I've
a
seen
few.
like most of the recent ones. I just haven't seen that one. I'll probably check it out. Yeah, I actually do like the Pokemon movies. I'm not
Yeah,
a big fan of the show, but I've generally found the movies to be very entertaining.
I've heard Pokemon Journeys is good, but I haven't
Journeys
had a
is
chance to
fantastic.
watch it yet. Actually, Jeremy Lee voices
Chloe.
Mankey. Oh, right, a Pokemon in it.
Don't think so, but she does. Chloe, the
I
character.
don't know. I recently met her, and she said she does a Pokemon in there. So
She might do one of the Pokemon as well, but that she plays
It'd be
that
hard to
character as
tell,
well.
right?
yeah, because she was talking about like it was her first Pokemon role, like as a Pokemon too, and she really liked doing it. She had a good time with it. Yeah, I love going to conventions and talking to voice actors. It's always
Aren't
so
you
much
glad
fun.
that we can do that again now?
Oh yeah, I've been to 2 recently, and it's been exciting. Like it's good to see them kind of come back.
We've actually got an AMA that we did with Sean Chiplock.
Oh, nice.
Here we go. If you ever want to check it out, it was actually a very fun podcast to do. It was a big event in the server because it was an anniversary for us, so we thought we could get him in, and it was a lot of fun. It was a very fun thing. We also gave a lot of while there was the fun aspects, he also gave us a lot of insight into the industry itself, as well as a voice actor and what he's had to experience, especially during the COVID times. So there are times in there where there's a lot of neat information that he gives, to show the struggle that a lot of voice actors have, as well as the fun parts of it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, I think we can call it there.
Nice.
for
Thank you for
having me.
joining us. It was a
No
pleasure to
problem.
have you on.
Yeah,
A
likewise.
lot of nice to meet you.
Yeah. Definitely, like, stick around the
Nice to meet
server,
you guys too.
chill.
Yeah, definitely will. I'm always on Discord, so I pretty
Nice.
much live on
Do
Discord.
you happen to play League of Legends?
No, but I loved Arcane.
Okay. Well,
Came back
that's
out.
great. I'm happy to hear you say that because that is an excellent TV show. That said, like, I play the game, so it's like if you ever want to start playing the game, like, hit me up.
Sure, definitely.
Awesome. So I guess I'll do my outro
Yeah.
unless anybody else has anything they'd like to add.
No,
Awesome.
you're good.
Well,
Hit us with that famous
thank you.
outro.
All right, listeners, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to listen to the podcast. We really appreciate it. Once again, shout out to Eleeka for joining us. We really like having guests on. We don't do it very often, as we've said before, but definitely think this is something we can get a little bit more into. And, obviously it's fun to just deviate from the normal standard of the podcast and talk about other things that everybody's interested in. We'll definitely be sharing this on the Discord server as well as Twitter channels whenever Spider-Man uploads the podcast. So hopefully that doesn't take too long right there. But until then, everybody, thank you again for listening, and we hope you all have a great day.
Later.
Later.
Bye.